D&D. We already overcame a lot of obstacles on our journey towards the peak of the Deliverability mountain, and right now we are standing before a wide, open area and a clear path upwards. A clear, rather low incline path that after all those difficult obstacles we can just basically hike through. Seems simple, right? Well, sometimes the simplest roads can be the most difficult to follow. In order to keep this simplicity, you cannot be tempted to sway off the path, you have to stay focused and take all the right steps. And the same goes with your email content. So after all that we've been through, the spam valley, the bridge of the limits, the wall of personalization, the most important thing to remember is that you have to keep your email content simple. That's very easy to say, but how do you actually do that? After all, you want to include a nice introduction, a transition to your value proposition, and a call to action. And that's not even all. So at every stage of writing your email, this tempting feeling of wanting to get off this simple path can get stronger and stronger. Using HTML templates, GIFs, and colorful fonts. They can distract you and your recipient from the point of the message. Think about it this way. You are a writer, a storyteller, and as you write, you can only focus on one thing at a time. So it's your decision whether you'll focus on using big words, discombobulating your readers, or on actually getting to the point and telling a great story. And of course, it doesn't mean that there's no place for lyricism in your writing, but it doesn't really matter if the story isn't there. After all, these are the pieces that really stick with people for a long time, ones which have a soul. So focus on that, saying what you want to say and trying to get your point across purely in plain text. Now, of course, just using plain text doesn't mean that your message is automatically compelling or that your call to action is convincing. Writing, including persuasive writing, is a skill that you have to polish your whole life. But in terms of deliverability, yeah, plain text it is. Spam filters not only check whether or not you include HTML and images in your message, but also measure the exact ratio between them and plain text. So keep that in mind. If you continually keep your email content simple, even though you will stay on the path and get closer to the peak, you will always see the spam valley in the distance. That's because this whole concept is very closely tied to how spam filters perceive your message. If you think about it, they basically judge it based on whether it is wanted or not. So, to give you some inspiration, I want to introduce you to some of the words that describe those unwanted emails. Always read your message a couple of times after writing it and keep those adjectives in mind. If any of them can describe even a part of your message, change it immediately. Those unwanted adjectives are impersonal, bulk, irrelevant, worthless, misleading, confusing, and salesy. If you don't feel like any of them can describe your message, you should be in the clear. But remember, above all, your message still has to be a good read for a person. See, I told you, writing's not that easy. But treat this video as a reminder to keep it human, keep it simple. That's a good place to start. One email, one step, another email, another step, keeping it simple along the way. And this way, soon you'll reach the end of this simple hike. The path without obstacles has ended, but you still covered major ground. We are so close to the peak of email deliverability. But don't send out your campaigns yet as we still have one more huge obstacle to get over relating to your email content, the signature cave. But that's a story for another day. Still, good work for today. We are almost done with the process of crafting our emails, and that is just incredible. So that's it. Go get some rest and prepare for the next obstacle. And you will need that strength because very soon you'll have the chance to make all your emails done and delivered. Very, very soon.